what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys have a good long weekend. My name is UCopy, and I'd like to update you guys some TA and what's going to happen this week and what I'm expecting to see next week. So this is not financial advice, of course, and this is just purely based on technical indicators and what I'm looking at, and and yeah, you just watch this as entertainment purposes, right? So first of all, if you guys haven't watched my previous episode, I kind of talks about so I post this June 20th, and I talk about what I looked at, and then why I did that, and I found that there's 140-day cycle. This is probably, I'm saying this is kind of approximate average 140 days, but because there's times that it squeezed after August last year, it ran up in January, and there was about 155 days, right? And then we passed 140 days. We still haven't seen the squeeze, but we entered the 140 days is just approximate days. It's not like 100%, right? Sometimes it squeezed at 50 days. Sometimes it squeezed at 140 days. Sometimes it squeezed at 155 days. So it kind of varies, but there's a bit of a delay right now for this run up, and then I predict this in April, which you can see here, April 14, after I kind of look through the patterns and algorithm and the indicators. And yeah, that's what I mentioned last time. And people kind of mentioned like, oh, are we still have the 140-day cycle? And I can answer yes, we do. Like I showed you here before, 140 days is just kind of approximate days. Last August run up to January, there was 155 days. So still there's extra days that they dragged out. So I think that's kind of where we at. And then anyway, I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at, because we are entering the squeeze cycle, same as March and April. So we're about to see this massive run, and it's the same double top it created in March and April last year, in January and February, and we need to see this very fast upside. So yeah, here's what I'm looking at. Let's take a look at where we at, and then I post this on Twitter last year. If you guys don't follow me Twitter, if you guys have Twitter accounts, if you're curious about what's going on with BBBY in terms of technical indicators, I post this when I have times. But last time when there was a drop, what I looked at, this is XRP. So June 30th, I saw the pattern because we had some sharp drop, right? And then I noticed that in 4 hours chart, there was a little dip here after run up. There's about 40% run, and after that they tanked it really fast. Some people kind of like feel anxious about it, but when you look at the when you look at the past the patterns, it just kind of they're dragging. I feel like it was dragging out a similar pattern like this. So I post this on Reddit that I feel like it's dragging the price a little bit. So I posted this on Reddit on BBBY and PP Show. So yeah, it looks like they were kind of pushing for one more week. So I kind of show this indication of what I'm looking at, just kind of purely. And it creates double top on March 2022. Drop for 140 days, between 140 days from that, the second double top to the squeeze that takes about 140 days, as you can see. Between January to March 2022, that's when Ryan Coin got in. They create double top, and they short it down heavily. And even though there's a buying pressure, they create those all FTDs. And what they do when there's a squeeze cycle kicks in, that they cover, and they just continues doing that for current chart as well. So we had this double top run between January to February this year. They short it down, 140 days. Kicks in June, which I found in April, and then that's kind of where we at. We got the long signal appear in 12 hours, right? Also same thing, in long signal appears in 12 hours in August run. So we are kind of similar setup as August run. So, and then recently I was doing my live stream. I have a Korean subscribers. I have a major of percentage are Korean subscribers who also held BBBY. And I post this on Reddit. Out of 9 brokers in South Korea, I think most of them they disabled the buy button after they got into BBYQ. However, QM broker is the one that allows buying BBYQ. However, they recently, just 5 days ago, they disabled the buy button, but they're able to sell. So I think internationally, I even noticed it happened in Japan. The company that has huge short positions is called Nomura, and they're also Japanese, like a Citadel, So they're there's a broker called Rakuten. They're also backed by those BBYQ big short sellers, Nomura, and that broker also disabled buy button, and they also asked all the BBYQ shareholders to liquidate their positions. So this is happening internationally, especially in Asia. And also I heard that some brokers also in Europe, I think they did that as well. So it seems that there's something going on for sure. It seems like it's happening outside of the US. So basically it's happening like a Robinhood in like 2021 in January, but it's not it's like it's happening outside of the US. So it's very interesting. But anyway, so that's what happened. But let's take a look at what I see here. So this is the 30-minute chart. As you can see, I just kind of try to make it clear as much as possible. So when you look at this A and B pattern, that's when we start to have a run in May. And that's when we got into OTC. Right before OTC, they just keep shorting like hell. So that's why we had this run, and we got this C pattern where it's kind of like going sideways, slowly moving up, but it's kind of going sideways for about a week. And after what happened is they shoot up like D, and there is a sort of like this type of movement here. And now we enter similar pattern, there's a long signal up here, 30-60 long signal up here, and 30-60 moving average and 200 moving average touch. Same thing happened here, run as well, and short signal up here, like same as this one, and we had sharp drop. And now we are slowly moving back up. That's what I was expected, right? So I was expecting this to rip on July 10th, right? So which is next Monday. However, what I find out was we had a nice run on Monday, 9.6%, which was very surprising. I thought it was gonna go more sideways. However, we had a nice run. So I would like to give you guys some updates based on what this price actions and what I'm expecting this week, because it seems like the squeeze is gonna happen quicker than I expected, right? And then I think RSI is a good indicator to see what's going on. And like I said, this is 2022. They had a double top, short A, B, and now we are in the squeeze zone in early August. That's the squeeze zone, 140-day cycle, and then boom, kicks in. Right now, same thing happening here. Between August to February, it was 155 days, and they started happen. So not only just 140 days, right, all the time. There's sometimes they drag things out, right? So, and then they create double type, same thing as March. They short it down for 140 days, and now we enter the squeeze zone. And as you can see, RSI is moving up. When I bring this thing here, it brings up to August 2. So which is interesting, because that's what South Korea QM broker, they blocked the disable button. That was the only broker in South Korea that they enabled the buy button, but now they disable right before squeeze. So that's very interesting. And that this is a TTM squeeze as well. We got the nice small candle here, same thing as early August. So it's very interesting. I think we are tracking the August run. So I'd like to give you guys some update based on what I see. Yesterday we had a nice run. So I post this on Twitter. We had a nice run. So we got this. This is 15 minutes. We got the long signal up here, and it does seems like the angle of the run. It seems like it's kind of similar to what we had before, right? So we jump up and come back down a little bit, and then slowly moving back up again, which it kind of gives me a sign of what we had this last 40% run. So I think this is going to be faster than I expected. So if I pull up the chart, so basically what I predict last time, 5 days ago, was this one, right? So it feels like, the sharp drop was kind of following this algo, moving down and sharp drop, and then kind of like finding the bottom, and then going sideways a little bit and start to shoot up, right? That was what I was expecting, like this on the yellow pattern here, on this algo pattern here. However, we had this nice run, which means that this indicator, this chart is not gonna work. It's not. They're not using this chart, right? The market makers are not using this chart, and what they're using is, now it seems like this one. It feels like it's running faster than I thought. So based on that, we had only half day on Monday. So tomorrow I expect to have a little bit of sideways possibly if I follow this chart. And yeah, tomorrow could be a little boring day. However, on this is Wednesday, but like the date is wrong here. But anyway, so this purple side is a Thursday. This line bar is Thursday. So tomorrow is gonna be a boring day, but a day after we're gonna have another run about 20% kind of type of run, and then this will continue to go upside from Thursday to Friday, and then when we follow this pattern, it has a bit of a drop. However, I do think that we're setting up for squeeze, so we're not gonna end up like this. We're gonna have a jump like this, like August run. This is purple line is August run, so we need to see a upside like this after probably Thursday or Friday this week. So I'm very excited to see what's gonna happen this Thursday and Friday, and then next Monday for sure. Usually we had a nice run, mostly on Mondays. Even last January run, we had the run started on Monday. It's very interesting when you look at the when the run started happen. In January it started on Monday, and even on August last year also the run started on Monday. So when you look at this also chart, this November 2021 also run started on Monday. So a lot of things actually started on Monday, interestingly. This May 21st, not Monday, but Wednesday. So a lot of things happened. Yeah, March 7th, 2022, run also, there's a jump on Monday. So a lot of things start on Monday. So I think that the big jump could happen on Monday. However, we had a nice run yesterday. So I am hoping to see we could see maybe a squeeze a little earlier. But anyway, we are still tracking this. So that's kind of the chart where we at. When you look at daily now, RSI, as you can see, so this is where we at. We had a January Feb double top short, and we are moving up. And now we had a sharp drop here, and we had a nice run. And based on this, when you create a line here, create a line here, when you look at this on the March run, they also had this little dip here before run, which tells me it was about August 3rd. And when you look at the August 3rd, that's right before this a big upside here on August 5th and 8th. And when you look at a 4-hour chart, when you look at the August about August 3rd, we see a little dip here, and I feel like that's kind of what we saw in similar algo pattern. We had a sharp dip. It wasn't as sharp as this one, however we see it, but they're using similar algo. Anyway, so this one created a bull flag here. For our chart, we do see upside coming up here, so it creates also a bull flag here as well. It's a sharper, but it's actually going up. It's gonna come down sharper. It's gonna go up sharper as well. So based on RSI, when I look at things, it seems like we're tracking the August run, right? Very similar setup. There was a sharp pullback, and there's a little pullback here as well. So we are tracking very same thing, and now this will continue to pop until it reaches to the top here, right? So I think we need to see we are right before the squeeze. So I'm really excited for next 2 weeks, or even 3 weeks. And today is also birth of Jamaica. So, and also Teddy, right? So it is birth of Teddy. So Teddy is approved. This is something that what everyone's waiting for, right? So this is the actual filing from U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, and Teddy Trademarks, and it's officially published on July 4th, which is today. So it's really great that we finally see this happening. Teddy Trademark has a lot of similarities. I mean, Teddy Trademark has a lot of things that BBBY has, and that's why a lot of people actually have a very high hope for BBBY that could potentially acquired by either Ryan Cohen or Carl Icahn. So I think it's going to be a very exciting things for Teddy's and people who are holding BBBYQ. So this is the Teddy trademark. And then when you go through each by one, it has multiple different things, but it has educational entertainment services on this trademark. The second one has the dinerware mugs, this type of things. And the third one has children educational toys, which what Bye Bye Baby sells. The fourth one talks about the multiple file NFT, children fictions and non-fictions, audiobooks and stuff like that. This is when you can look and see towels and bed sheets, towel curtain, and that's sort of like what BBY sells, right? So people kind of like things like, oh wow, I think that's not what GameStop sells. This is what Bed and Bath Beyond sells, and a category of furnitures and pillows and all that stuff, and that's what BBY sells as well. So it's very we are very excited to see what's going to happen, right? Cost bar rate is increasing from Fidelity 37% to 39%, and then now the cost bar fee is actually increasing from iBorrowDesk as well. It's very similar to January right now. It has nice very sharp run. So it was about 10% fees, and suddenly within about like even 2 weeks, we now have 100%. That's kind of crazy. I feel like they're shorting with the total return swap. So they go to institutions and they borrow shit tons of shares, and they do what the fuck they want with the shortings. And when those swap is expired, now they gotta go into the market and borrow shares from brokers. It will tell right away that, because now borrow fee is increasing, which means that there's not much shares left, and they're still kicking the can. So anyway, so now we're in the cycles. When this thing happen, squeeze occurs, right? So that's good things to see. Borrow fee is increasing. Let's just take a look at the MACD. In MACD daily, we actually have nice this here in the green bar, the blue line, the orange line finally crossed this middle line, which is a very good sign. We entered the squeeze, because when you look at January, this two blue and orange line, cross over the middle line, and then it creates this type of squeeze here, even here in August as well. So this thing touches on August 5th, right? So we enter this thing here. Now this thing has to rip, right? So when we're about to see the rip, it will just move upside like this. So a very similar pattern as August. It's going to be very aggressive, and it's going to be very explosive. Look at this. This is stochastic, and when you look at August run, the setup are very also similar. This is the when we touched the bottom here, I think, in April, and then we had a nice run, come back down. Same thing happened on July last year, come up, come back down, nice run. And now we kind of come up here, which brings me up to August 4th. So it has a slightly different pattern, but still we are in the very similar setup before the nice run. So it's gonna when we have a similar run like that, we'll go up like this again and probably come back down a little bit, or showing this type of maybe a pattern here. They had a they have a one come up like here, come back down. Yeah, so we might have see a similar pattern, but anyway, so that's kind of sort of where we at. This is the TTM squeeze, and we had a nice run, 9.6% yesterday. So when you look at this daily, nice, yeah, this is very nice. This is August, so when we had an August run, it has a very big green candle here, and we still have tiny, this is January, this is August. So when there's a squeeze, there's always nice green candle here. And now when you compare to look at the August here, so when you look at where we have nice small green candle. Yeah, we're just still, still the beginning. Still we're just waiting for the explosive upside. So yeah, I'm very excited to see much bigger candle here very soon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And when you look at much more closely in RSI, I love looking at RSI. RSI is very perfect examples here. When you look at this 2 days and bring this thing where we at here, the purple line. Yeah, we are about August 3rd, area, right before the big jump. So I think next 2 days you'll find out. Tomorrow is gonna be a little boring maybe. However, Thursday and Friday is gonna be very interesting. 3-day candle here. Yeah, when you look this up, August, it brings me to August 1st. When you look at weekly, this is August, July, August run. This is the where we at. It creates nice double top, short it down. Nice double top here in January, February, come back down, and we are going slowly up. So when this thing start to rip, the purple line will become going up like this. So I'm very excited for Thursday and Friday, and then next 2 weeks how this thing will turn out. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. So I hope this is helpful for you guys, and then I'll see you guys in the next video for more updates. So have a good day, and then see you soon.